Welcome back, and today I'm going to show you how to make delicious short crust savoury pastry. Gone are the days of buying frozen fare from the supermarket. You'll make your own, and I'll show you how to do it. Firstly, 1 packet of the Rick Grant savoury pastry mix, followed by some oil, vegetable oil, about 30 mils, half a teaspoon of white vinegar, 70 grams of vegetable margarine. If you can have butter, you can always have butter. It's no problem. But today I'm using the dairy-free margarine. And 1 egg, 50 mils. Always measure your eggs. And I've got 100 mils of cold water. So let's get started. Firstly, open your packet. And always sift your gluten-free flours. Particularly this one, there's about 8 different flours. You can see the lumps of flour in there, even though it's been sifted 4 times going into the packet. This is just the nature of gluten-free. So there is no such thing as a shortcut to no sifting. Okay, there we are. Now we pop him on the mixer. There he is. Put him on slow. Now at this point, you add your vinegar to the oil and just carefully put him in. Now what we're looking for here is, like always, coarse breadcrumbs. That means it's actually taken to the flour, it's mixed right through the grains. If you add anything before this point, it won't work. It just won't come together. So now that the mixture is looking like breadcrumbs, we add the margarine. Small amount at a time. When the margarine is taken up into the flour, we then add our egg and then our water. We're ready to add our egg at this stage. Again, coarse breadcrumbs. You can see it's changed colour. You can see how everything's blended together. So it's time to add the egg. Straight in. And 100 mils of water. This is the easiest gluten-free pastry you'll ever make. Now you increase the speed, and what I call this is clean the bowl. So by the time you make the pastry, it should clean the bowl. That means you've mixed it enough. This is about now. There we go. There's your pastry. Beautiful. Now just wrap him in cling wrap, like so. And we pop him in the fridge for about 20 minutes and then we'll roll him out. Now here we are, getting the pastry, been in the fridge now for 20 minutes, so we're right to go. I'm going to roll out now for our meat pies. So using my plastic sheets, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of rice flour, not too much. Just using your hand, just make sure it's covered. We get a little bit of pastry. Now, you know, this is beautiful pastry. You'll love it. So Why don't we start with that much, about half. Roll it into ball. Squish him down. Put the other piece of plastic on the top. And then we roll him out. Spin him around. And roll him out again. Now you're looking for about 2 mil thickness. There we are. And then turn him over. Now these are our tins. You can purchase from the Rick Grant members only store. Spray with a little bit of spray. Dust with a little bit of rice flour. This just stops them sticking. And then we'll cut out a little piece. Now I bet you've never seen gluten-free pastry like this, that you can actually handle. This is unique. So pop him in, ease into the tin, making sure that you get right to the edge, because the air sometimes gets underneath and you get an air bubble. If you're making meat pies, you leave that little bit over, so you can put your pastry over the top of that and then crimp, then trim. We're going to make with these ones, we're going to make shepherd's pie. So all you need to do is press with your finger carefully. Remember, they're self-cutting tins, these ones, so they will cut your finger if you're not careful. So there we are, and that's a nice base. If you make a lot of pastry and you've got some over, what you can do, you can roll out to this size, put it between baking paper and freeze it off in cling wrap. Or you can make the pies and then freeze the pie base until another time. Or you can freeze it as a block, but freezing it as a block is a bit of a problem because you have to wait for it to completely thaw.